Hey, welcome back to the Cooking with Artis show. I am so glad that you're able to join us this week. This week we have three dishes that I believe that will surely knock your socks off. First of all, we'll be cooking fried tilapia, a nice crispy crust on the fried tilapia. And next we will be cooking kale, bringing a green vegetable to you. A kale, I know many people don't like kale, but I'm sure that if you cook it this way, you will love kale. I love kale. I love it in cooked. I love it in a drink. I love kale, and kale is very good for you. Vitamin K, and everybody needs some vitamin K. And thirdly, we're going to make everybody's favorite dish, macaroni and cheese. I hear Oprah say, I love bread. Well, I love cheese. Cheese, I love cheese, Oprah. And I love cheese on a whole lot of things. Cheese just changed. A hamburger. A hamburger is a hamburger, but when you put cheese on it, it becomes a cheeseburger. I love cheese, and we're gonna have some macaroni and cheese. Everybody pastime favorite dish, macaroni and cheese. And I want you to know there's so many ways of cooking macaroni and cheese, but we're gonna cook it a certain way. We're gonna cook it from scratch, using the roux or whatever. And but that's gonna be our dish today: tilapia, fried tilapia, kale, and macaroni and cheese. So I want you to come and go with me to the kitchen and join me as I cook this tilapia, nice fried crispy tilapia, and green kale and macaroni and cheese. Come on. Okay, today I'm going to fry some tilapia fish. So what I have here already set up is my buttermilk, and my cornmeal. What I have in my cornmeal, I have yellow cornmeal. You can use white cornmeal, whichever one you prefer. And I have my cornmeal, and then I have my cornmeal is seasoned. I have my black pepper, my salt, of course I have my garlic powder, and my paprika. So I have it all mixed up here in my cornmeal. And so what I'm doing now, I'm letting my tilapia soak in the buttermilk. Yep, so I'm letting it soak there in the buttermilk. Now I'm getting ready to. And remember what I've always said about when you're cooking, make sure your grease is nice and hot. So I have my I'm battering, okay, getting it really battered here, really good here. Sometimes I'll double batter. In other words, what I'll do, I'll dip it in the cornmeal and put it, well, first I'll dip it in the buttermilk, and then dip it in the cornmeal, and then vice versa, do it a double dip, Okay, so we're going to go to our grease. Our grease is nice and hot. And remember, the main thing is always to have nice hot grease, okay? Okay, as you can see, our grease is nice and hot and is ready for the fish. So I'm going to take my fish, my tilapia, set it on up in there, and let it fry. It's going to take a few minutes there, and let it get a nice crispy crust on it. And then we're going to proceed to turn it over, So it's frying nicely. And remember, you want that grease. Always make sure your grease is nice and hot when you're cooking fried fish. All right. As you can see, the fish is getting nice and crisp. And this is what we want. We want a nice crispy crust on the fish. And it's frying really nicely. You don't want it too hot. where it cooks too fast. And what happens when it cooks too fast, you'll have raw fish on the inside. So you want it hot enough where to cook evenly, you know, the inside as well as the outside. Sometimes cooking fish, you may encounter a fish smell in the house, but you put onions in there, and that'll kind of combat that fishy smell of the house. Okay. Okay, you can see our fish is nice and brown, and this is what we wanted. Really nice brown, crispy fish. You know, very crispy. You know, so that's 101 on cooking fish, fried fish. You know, you know. All right, that's our take on fish, tilapia. Of course, other fish are cooked different ways, but we're dealing with tilapia today. And most of your fish that you fry, like catfish, the bass, silver bass, black bass, green bass, perch, you know, all of your fishes that you fry, you know, you basically kind of fry them on this particular order, you know. All right, this is my take on frying fish. All right, moving on to another project. Bye-bye. Okay, here I have a pot of kale that I'm going to wash and cook. But first I want to wash them clean. I done broke the stems off of them and want them up a little bit more finer than this, you know. And these kale greens right here are a little crisp. I like them a little bit not so crisp. I don't like these big stems, so I get rid of these big stems, you know. Well, I don't like all them stems. They don't have no value, no nutritional value. I don't know. I don't believe they do. Okay, we're washing our leafy green kale today. Gonna move a step further. As you can see, we have our kale here, and it's all washed. So what we're gonna do now is get our pan together. Okay, we got our pan on the stove cooking. So we're gonna add our oil. I'm using some grapeseed oil, just a little, you know, to coat the bottom of the pan. Now what I'm going to do is take some chopped garlic, just chopped really fine. You could use olive oil. I prefer olive oil, but I realize that I am out of olive oil. So I'm using grapeseed oil instead. So I got my oil, my pan oil, so I got garlic, jars of garlic down in the bottom of the pan. Turn it down. Don't want it to cook too fast. So got my garlic cooking, and I'm gonna grate some ginger up in here. Got my grater, my ginger, grating it up in the pan there. Getting this in there. Got my ginger, my garlic, grating. Okay. And I guess I'll throw my onions in there. We don't want it to cook too fast, okay? Too fast. Garlic is really cooking really quick. Got that garlic kicking in now. Okay, now we're gonna add our green peppers. You know. Yep. And then we're going to add our it's been washed, our kale. You know. Plenty of kale. Let that cook down. You know. It's gonna cook down pretty quick. So okay, my kale is cooking down, So what I want to do is add my seasoning, add my salt, and add my black pepper, black crushed pepper, and my garlic powder. Add my garlic powder, yes. And then I have some chopped red peppers that I'm going to add, give it a little kick. I like a little kick to my food, I don't know. So I'm adding a little red pepper to give it a kick. Yes, let it kick. And then I'm going to take it a little further, okay? So what I'm going to do now is add a little bit of apple juice, 100% apple juice, and let it simmer. Just simmer a little bit, you know. Just pouring a little bit of apple juice in there, just a little bit. And what we're going to do is let that sit there and simmer, okay? Let it simmer a little bit. Alright. Okay, my kale has finished cooking, and now moving on to the next step. But it's done. The kale is done. Alrighty now. Okay, I got my water boiling. So what I'm going to do is add some kosher salt to it. Okay. And then I'm going to add some of my macaroni. Yep, I'm going to add some macaroni to it. And I'm going to let that boil there. I'm going to let that boil. Go ahead. I'm going to let that boil. Okay. So our macaroni is boiling. So what I have here is some onions frying with butter in a pan, deep saucepan. I'm going to add a little flour. To make a roux. Put my flour in. Yep. Got my flour in here. Put it down a little bit. Add my milk. Some milk. Add some milk. Getting our roux together here. Yep. You can see our roux, and I'm gonna add a little bit more milk. This is that, and it's thickened. A little bit more milk for our roux. Oh, yeah. And while we're stirring our roux, ready to go chop up some cheese. All right. What I have done, I added some cheese to my roux, and of course you can add your favorite cheese, whatever it is, to make your favorite macaroni. And what I'm going to do now, the macaroni that I have cooked in the pot. Excuse me, I'm on it here. The macaroni that I cooked in the pot. I'm gonna start my incrementing, adding it to my pot. You know, Yep, adding my macaroni to the pot. Let it and kind of stir that up in there. Get it all mixed up in there together. Oh, it's looking all gooey. That's what we like. I have two types of cheese here. I have the white cheddar and I have the smoky sharp here. I'll add a little bit more. The cheese is the main thing that really changes your flavor of your macaroni. You know, I have put some soup, well, what do you call it? Soup, in my macaroni. Let me see. I'm trying to think of the name of the soup. Hold the line for a minute. Hold the line for a minute. I know it was cream of celery or cream of mushroom. You can even use cream of chicken if you desire, but you know, pour a base and then you add your cheese instead of going through what I just did. Makes it quicker, gives it a different kick. But looking very good here. And the good thing about macaroni, if you make a lot, you can also freeze macaroni and have it ready whenever you get ready for macaroni, you know. So putting all of our rest of our macaroni in here, I'm gonna add some more cheese to this, and we'll be on our way, you know. Let me tell you, and it is very good. I'm telling you right now, I've tasted it, and it's very good. Very good, flavorful. Gonna take a step further, add a little bit more cheese. Okay, I'm adding my seasonings, salt, black pepper. Ooh, looks good. And garlic powder. Yep. Stir that up in there really good. My. My. Okay, I'm gonna add a little paprika. Where's the paprika, Artis? Oh. Add a little paprika. Okay. Little paprika. And then we are on our way. Okay. Now we're gonna put it in the oven. Okay. Let it brown. And the good thing about this, as I stated before, you can freeze it. Some of it. You know, have some for today, some for whenever. Just freeze it. And it's good to go when you get ready for it, you know. So I freeze macaroni and cheese all the time. And when I get ready for it, it's there. Thank you for joining me today with Cooking with Artis. That was our dish today. Fried tilapia, macaroni and cheese, kale. And I just want to thank each and every one of you that join me each week for the Cooking with Artis show. And again, I want you to tell your friends, your neighbors, and everyone to come and check us out. Our ratings is growing, and everything is just looking really good. And again, I want to thank Mr. Ryan Carter for all of his hard work that he does on the show, the producer, the editor, and I mean, you name it, he does it, and I appreciate him and his labor of love. And I just appreciate each and every one of you that tunes in and say that, hey, I'm joining you and signing my my that you're on my book, that you're following us, that you're signing and you're following us. Follow me, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and follow me on YouTube and Facebook, and I just appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm determined to bring dishes that will knock your socks off, and I've got so many so many people that is still talking about the Chinese fried chicken. I mean, even in China, they're talking about fried chicken. They seen the show in China. I was shocked that we were, that wide. We're traveling that wide, and China and different countries are loving the show. And I just want my American friends and everyone to just continue to follow us and stay tuned for next week. We're determined to bring some more food that will definitely knock your socks off. You have a blessed week, and thank you again for joining us on Cooking with Artis.